Sometimes the hardest part of a battle isn't the moment you're fighting for your life. It's the moment when the world expects you to go back to normal afterward. And for Isabella Strahan, returning to school after surviving a rare brain tumor wasn't just a milestone. It was a test of identity, strength, and what it really means to heal. Because healing doesn't always look like smiling on Instagram or ringing a victory bell in a hospital. Sometimes healing looks like trying to stay awake in class, trying to remember who you were before everything changed, trying not to feel different, even when you are. Isabella was like every other freshman at USC: new city, new friends, new independence. Her life was just starting, but at 18, she began experiencing headaches and dizziness that wouldn't go away. Doctors discovered medulloblastoma, a rare, aggressive brain tumor. One day, she was planning dorm room decor. The next, she was being rushed into brain surgery, and everything she thought her life would be stopped. Surgery, radiation, months of chemotherapy. During that time, Isabella didn't just lose her hair, she lost weight, strength, balance, and her sense of normalcy. Basic things became difficult: walking, eating, even standing without help. There were days where she couldn't get out of bed, days where her body felt like it didn't belong to her anymore, days where she wondered if she would ever feel like herself again. But she kept going, not because she had to be strong, but because she chose to try. Most people would have gone through this privately, but Isabella picked up a camera. She began documenting her journey on YouTube, not for attention, but to help people who felt alone in their battles. She showed the ugly parts, the fear, the exhaustion, the vulnerability. And the world responded with love, not sympathy, but respect, because what she shared was real. After treatment, Isabella made the decision to return to USC. And this is the part nobody talks about enough. Healing doesn't come with a reset button. Her classmates were moving forward: internships, friendships, new experiences. Meanwhile, she was learning how to rebuild from the beginning. Walking to class felt like running a marathon. Fatigue hit harder than any exam. Some days she had to choose between going to class or simply resting enough to function. And being around people again. It came with anxiety she didn't expect, because everyone else still saw her as the old Isabella, while she was trying to understand who the new Isabella was. Cancer doesn't leave quietly. Her hair grew back differently. Her body felt unfamiliar. Her energy levels were unpredictable. She wasn't trying to get back to normal. She was learning a new normal, and that takes courage most people will never see. Throughout everything, her father, Michael Strahan, never left her side. People know him as a TV host, an NFL legend, but Isabella sees him as the man who held her hand in recovery rooms, who sat beside her during long hospital nights, who reminded her she was more than her illness. Their relationship didn't just survive this journey, it deepened. And that love became one of her strongest lifelines back to everyday life. Isabella is taking things one day at a time, not rushing, not pretending, just healing, living, rebuilding. She's continuing her classes, she's still sharing parts of her journey online, and she's choosing hope, not because everything is easy, but because life after surviving something so big means something. Her story isn't about sickness, it's about courage. Coming back from something life-changing doesn't mean returning to who you were before. It means learning to honor who you are now. And Isabella is still becoming that person, slowly, bravely, beautifully. Her story reminds us of something simple but powerful. Healing isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of a new one.